一直重复一个梦，有个场景浮现一遍一遍，终于有一天，一个男人出现在你眼前，走来来到你的身边，趴在你的耳边对你说：嗨，我认得，我全都记着，我们曾经见过，我知道我不会把你忘了。那个时候你很年轻，你很美，那个时候除了时间，谁都没有机会。现在你的面容苍白，我特地跑来，就是为了告诉你，你比那个时候更美丽，我更喜欢你。现在备受时间摧残而改变的容颜，或许那个男人是我。你沉默，这气氛没法多说，我们都在旅行，不得不在终点下车。你说 farewell， 我说 farewell farewell lover farewell。 我的灵魂不会讲故事，它不懂道理，我的灵魂里面全是记忆，不懂防御。我的灵魂不会欺骗，根本无需表演。 My soul's blue I know you can see。 夜晚的每个时候，你总要带我走，来到这片喧嚣之中，逆水行舟。不用我的耳朵也能听到有人演奏，打碎那些反面，将我的灵魂解救。我曾经想要保护你，与我的回声共度起舞，穿越相互记忆，同归殊途。开始就像一个标题，结局是个谜底，你我都不理解，原来天平已经倾斜。你寻找一束花朵，我给你我的承诺，我踏上我的旅途，而你选择了经过。你只是想要轻松是吗？为什么？你寻找一个情人，我寻找一个灵魂。很想偷走空白，再来一次 one more time。 那些我们共饮光线，全部变成亮点 next to you。 微微泛 living and true， 即使没有改变，还是希望重复。我的手表，你的时间，我的诺言，你的表演，我的简单，你的眼泪，我的遗忘，你的后悔，我的你的你的我的，谁的错了对了灰了，你的我的我的你的全都碎了没了。下一站的再见，昨天的照片，不停的改变，已经逐渐模糊，几年纪念连成一片，影子还在纠缠摄影机。停止那一刻，戏还没完全，隔得很远，绝口不提了。一个闪念突然决堤了，不能欺骗自己忘记了，所以想有一个不用说再见的再见，想有一个 farewell 去诀别永远。我的灵魂不会讲故事，它不懂道理，我的灵魂里面全是记忆，不懂防御。我的灵魂不会欺骗，根本无需表演。 My soul's blue I know you can see。 夜晚的每个时候，你总要带我走，来到这片喧嚣之中。
Alright, let's start with that. Everything should be ready for me to start. I think it is. So let's go. Alright, so this is our guy, and so this is our guy. This is the last stream. We finally finished completely the texturing. We even bring him into Unreal, see if we didn't forget anything. And actually we didn't. Everything was perfect in Unreal. I'm really happy on where this is going and where this guy is going. And this is one of the characters that I'm kind of proud of doing. I'm not particular. I don't think I'm really good in designing stuff, but this one I was happy with the design I came up. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, how you doing, Matsu? How you been doing? So yeah, so now what should we do today? So today is gonna be what we call rigging. For those that are not used to character workflow and character development workflow, rigging is creating the what we call a skeleton. Let me just the music is maybe a little too strong. Yes. So rigging is what we call we create what we call a skeleton. A skeleton is a hierarchy of bones, and that's what we're gonna move to make the animation. So when we're gonna do the animation, we're gonna pick each bone. So we're gonna have a bone. It doesn't have to be like a human skeleton, because there is too much bone in a human skeleton. What we want is a simplified version of a human skeleton. So that means, for example, we're gonna have just one bone for the forearm. We're gonna have just one bone for the upper arm, and the spine is maybe gonna be 3 or 4 bones and etc etc. And the reason why we're doing this is because after that we're gonna be able to pick and grab these bones, and we're gonna be able to make some transformation to them, and that's how we're gonna so when I say a transformation is we're gonna translate them, we're gonna rotate, maybe scale, but we should avoid scaling, but we'll see about that. And that's how you animate a character. That's the how in a game you animate a character. So today it's gonna be about creating this skeleton hierarchy. So the good thing is this guy is not the first character I'm doing for this project. I already done the main character, and it's also what we call a humanoid, which means it's something close to a human. Actually, it is a human. So that means I already have something that is gonna be pretty close to fit this guy. And actually, we even worked smartly with that, because when we did this guy, we tried to match the proportion of the main character, so that in particular for this step, we would be able to use almost the exact same skeleton without not so much tweak. Wouldn't need so much tweak, and it's gonna remove us a lot of extra work. So you'll see what I mean by that. So for that, I'm gonna append the skeleton from the main character. So let me find where I put my main character. It's in main 03. Here we go. I think it's in, even if there is a rig. I think I put that into my sculpt. Yeah, I need to be a little bit more consistent with the way I'm working. So it should be into armature. Yes. So what I need is just the meta rig. Well, actually, maybe before doing that, yes, maybe before doing that, we're gonna set up our scene correctly, because right now we got a bunch of collection, and the hierarchy of that collection is maybe not what we need. Oh, actually, I already imported my. Actually, we already have the rig, if I remember correctly. Here we go. Since we started with the, I already imported the rig to base my character on the. But it seems like it's not really. We're gonna re-import it. I think it's a safe bet to make sure that we're using exactly the same rig assets of the main character, because I've been outside of the stream. I've been using the main character too. I've been working on the main character too. So that's why in games all characters have the same height. That's one of the reasons. Yes, it's because when you have the same skeleton, it's much easier to also share the same animation. Because if the dimension of the skeleton is always the same, you don't have to retweak a little bit the animation. You know, if you have a lot of different height, for example, let's say you want to make an animation while your character is touching his head. If you have plenty of different characters with different height, that means you could potentially have the head on different heights, and the length of your arms could be different too. So that means maybe your hand is gonna pass through the head, or maybe it doesn't even gonna touch the head. It's gonna be some headaches that could be easily fixed if all the character is using the same skeletons. So that's why if it doesn't bring if it's not too bad, we prefer in video games to have always the same heights, or have the same try to reuse the skeleton as much as possible, because redoing animation, it's a lot of time. Usually a character could have several hundreds of different animations, so it doesn't mean you have to modify each of this animation, but you can see that it can be a lot of animation that need to be tweaked if you have different dimension for your skeleton. And since I'm a poor little indie developer with no extra times, I'd prefer to think smart, you know, to think smart, to work smart. I need to, because if not, I would never be able to release a game. So I think the smart way is gonna be to, yes, maybe our character is gonna be the same heights. We'll see, maybe in Unreal there is some tools to avoid this issue that I've been talking about, where the animation doesn't fit properly with different sides. Maybe there is some tool. I know that this kind of tool that called retargeting exists in Unreal, so maybe we can play with that. I still need to make some research in that, because it's not a subject that I'm really proficient right now. But just to be sure, at least for the first enemy, we're gonna use the same height as the main character, and it's gonna be enough. I think it's gonna be enough. So let's go back to our business. So what I want to do is, first of all, we're getting rid of this old rig. I think, like I said, I want to start clean. So we're gonna remove everything. We don't need it anymore. And we're gonna create a new scene to have, you see that we got some collection called low export bake groups. We don't need any of this in our, when we're gonna play with the rigging. We just need the in-game mesh, you know. So that means this one. And so that's why I'm just gonna select everything that is here, select object, and what would be the best way to do it? I think select link, no, control linked object to scene. No, I think I'm gonna do, I'm not used to play with the scenes in Blender, but I should be playing more with this, because it's really useful actually. I feel you, sometimes you have to take shortcuts. Exactly, especially when you're a small team. I mean, one person, you can't be less than one person. That's the smallest team you could be. So yeah, you have to be tricky. Okay. So let's create a new one. New copy setting, I would say. Wait, link in the collection from the current scene, shallow copy. I'm gonna do copy settings. So I'm gonna call this rig scene. Alright, so let's go back to our main scene. So what I need is everything that is inside this in-game collection. So I'm gonna select everything, and I'm gonna make a Ctrl L to link to the rig scene. So that's mean normally, if I'm going to the rig scene, you see that all my objects are there. All I need to do is create a new collection. I'm probably gonna call this rig. Is it possible for me to give the same name in game? No, I'm just gonna call this mesh. Shiz. Yes, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, like this. And what we need to bring also is the lighting and the camera. So we're gonna select this. We need the camera, the sun. We need to activate the selection, and we're gonna make a Ctrl L link to our rig scene. So if I'm going back to my rig scene, I should have everything I need. If I'm looking at the camera moving around, the sun is following the camera, so everything is set up properly. I think I can put that in a proper collection. let's create a new one. We're gonna call this assets. Assets, and we're gonna create a sub-collection that we're gonna call rendering. So that's where we're gonna put everything that is rendering related, meaning the camera and the lighting. Ah, the sun didn't come with for some reason. Here we go. And I'm gonna put that on top of everything. All right. So you see that now we got a much cleaner outliner. That's exactly what I want, but I didn't lose anything. I didn't delete anything. It's just that now it's a new scene with only what I need, which is perfect. So it's time to bring our rig. So like I said, let's go back to the our main character, where we're gonna steal the rig of the main character. Let me see. It's I just want to check when it has been modified. It's the 31 October, while this one is 15. So you see, I have not been consistent with my workflow. The last one is this one. Hello, we're giving this guy some elbows today. Elbows? Want to give him some elbows? Like this? You want to add some elbows? You think he need more elbows? I don't know if we're gonna give him some elbows, but what I know is we're gonna give him some bones. That's for sure. And we're gonna go to, let's go actually into, do I want to grab the shapes? Maybe. Okay, so let me grab, so what I want is the what it's called the meta rig. So we have a bunch of objects in this file. It's gonna be a little bit of a headache to, here we go. I see you, meta rig. And then we want everything with a name that starts with WGG. All the way there should be everything. Just making sure that the meta rig is still selected. Yes, so we can append that. Like bony elbows. Ah, bony elbows. Yeah, definitely bony elbows. Let me put that in for now. We're just gonna put that. So I don't know why it brought the this rig. I don't want the rig. We're gonna regenerate it. But all those shapes, man, there is a lot of shapes. We're gonna select everything. We're gonna put that into a new sub-collection that we're gonna call shapes. So everything is gonna be there, and we even gonna remove them from the viewport. We don't even need them, and you're gonna understand why in a couple of minutes. So other thing I want to do is maybe disable the selection for the meshes, because I don't want to select the mesh. All I want to select is the skeleton, and sometimes it's a little bit tricky when the skeleton is inside the mesh. So just to make the life a little bit easier, we're gonna do this. And let's start to adjust a little bit our character. So you see, since we've been using exactly the same hands that our main character, all the bones are already at the right position for all the main bone. When I say that, we are in the right position. But you see that we got a bunch of extra bones which usually are which are used for the main character. They are used for physics on some closing area, but this guy doesn't have the same clothes, so we don't need them. We don't need them, so we can remove them. The only thing is, yeah, no, forget about that. We're gonna delete everything that is physics. We don't need. Hi, Frost. How you doing? Nice to see you coming by. So let's delete bonds. So we don't need this one. I'm gonna select the children. Delete. I don't need you. Select the children. Delete. I should not forget that the X symmetry is on, but it's fine. Children, delete. Right, why do you have bones on closes? Isn't there some plugins to simulate closes? That's a good question. The question is, do I want to simulate the closes with actual close deformation, like a simulation deformation, or do I want to use the kind of old school, old style deformation with bones? I thought about this, and I think for me the best workflow would be to use bones. The reason why is I'm going with a cel shading style, which is really artistic and art driven, and it doesn't look super cool, super good when you're deforming it too much. Meaning that if I'm going with the simulation path, it's gonna start to break apart. I think the shading is gonna start to break apart because the physics, the simulation is gonna, you know, it's on a vertex level on the instead of on the bone level. So that means there's gonna be more deformation. There's gonna be more noise in the geometry, and with a cel shading style, I think it doesn't look that good. I prefer to have something more bone driven. If that answers the question. I was out for a bit. What did I miss? You missed not so much. You missed just me removing some bones and me bringing some bones. So that's our skeletons, and now we need to remove some bones. So this one, I'm gonna keep it because I got a piece of cloth that's also gonna need this kind of thing. So instead of deleting and then rebuilding, I'm just gonna keep the same. But when you want to make animation, you have to animate it by yourself and can't use Mixamo, right? No, because I'm gonna activate the physics on those bones, so it's gonna be physics driven. It's gonna be simulated, but it's gonna be simulated on a bone level. So like imagine that it's gonna be Unreal that's gonna consider that it's like a chain of bone, and it's gonna make a physics based on this, but I won't have to animate by hand those extra bones. But anyway, and if I won't use Mixamo because I want to have a properly custom animation for this guy. I really, animation for a combat game is really important, and I want to have full control on it, and I don't want to use anything that is already prefab from other software. I'm not saying that Mixamo animation are bad or something. It's just I want to bring personalities in the combat of my game, and it comes from animation too, and it has to be handmade. I think if I'm going with the Mixamo animation, it's gonna be an animation that you probably already seen. There won't be any personality in my animation, is what I'm saying. Alright, so let's keep deleting those bones. We don't need you. We don't need you too. And you either. What else? This one is for the UD, but I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna keep also this one, but I'm just gonna remove the end. And this one is for the weapon, so I'm gonna keep this one. Probably gonna add 1, 2. It seems like the hand is not properly in the center of the yeah. I might need to have a little bit of a tweak. I don't know if there's the same. It's the same issue on my main character. So I'm making sure that the junction of the bones are in the middle of the joint. Okay, don't need this chain of bone too. All right. So let me. This one was hiding, but I don't need you. I see you. Okay, let's save everything. I just want to check something, is making sure that I don't have any constraints. That's too bad. I lost my constraint on this. I need to be in pause mode. Here we go. No, I don't have any constraint on that. Damn. And I think it's not even properly aligned anymore. It's all messed up now. Okay, let me do. We're gonna fix this bone. So we're gonna do I think it's called a damped tract. So I'm gonna ask him to point toward the forearm left. Is it left? Yes, it's left. No, it wasn't the head or tail. Nope. No. Have you ever made a game for VR? No, never. VR is not something I'm really. I don't know much about VR, to be honest. I don't even have a headset. I tried once, but no, I didn't even try to make games in VR. It's a shame. Looks really cool, but yeah, it's VR seems to be another tough level beast to handle, because you need to be really. Performance is even more important in VR, I think. So I'm gonna delete it and recreate it. So the way I'm gonna do that is duplicate my forearm and subdivide it. And I'm gonna delete this one. And I'm gonna parent to this one with skip offset, and I'm making sure that the name is correct. Okay. And why do you use Unreal Engine and not Unity? The reason why I'm using Unreal Engine is because It's coming because my background is a background of an artist, meaning that when I started to make games, I didn't know anything about programming. I didn't know anything, just really the basics, but not enough to make a game. And I don't know if you ever play with Unreal, but there is something called blueprint scripting, which is really cool, especially for people like me, which is instead of programming, you are using nodes, you know, and you're making nodes and some boxes. You created some boxes with some logic operation in them, and you wire them with lines. And for someone like me, which is coming from a visual background, it helps me a lot to understand the logic of scripting. Obviously, it's not as performant as properly coding, but it helped me tremendously a lot. I'm not gonna use fancy words if I can't pronounce them properly, but it helped me a lot to learn the coding logic, you know. So that's why I started with Unreal, and since then I stayed with Unreal. I don't see I spent so much time with Unreal that I don't want to go in Unity. There is nothing that's making me want to go to Unity actually. When you are proficient in Unreal, you know, it's like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm saying that because I've never used Unity actually, and there is some really cool stuff, but I don't see anything that I couldn't do in Unreal anymore in Unity. I see a lot of things that I couldn't do in Unreal because of the scripting logic that require you to actually code. I would like to stick with the visual approach the longer I can. Okay, so we got our this is gonna be our twist bone, so that's why I'm doing this kind of weird setup. So what I need to do now, it's I'm gonna put some constraint on this, but I'm gonna do it later, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do it later. First of all, I want to finish the rigging before making the constraint. So let's go back to rigging setup. So this one we're gonna, let me hide the camera. So we're gonna just move this around and making sure that it's aligned with our mesh. Hey, thank you for following Neyosoft. Thanks, man. I hope you enjoy watching me rigging a character. Really fun. Do I want this to start higher? That's the question. No, I think I'm gonna stay close to the belt. It's not. The clothing itself is not. It's actually not stick to the belt, but it's gonna be easier to manage this way. Hello, I just discovered you. Je peux aussi écrire en français si ça t'arrange. Bah, comme tu veux. Moi, les deux aussi, ça me va très bien. En vérité, je suis même bien meilleur en français qu'en anglais. Mais je dois m'entraîner en anglais. Il faut que je m'entraîne. Et du coup, je m'excuse. C'est vrai que la plupart des gens qui regardent mes vidéos sont, on va dire, internationales. Et du coup, bah, je finis toujours par parler en français le plus souvent. En français, en anglais. Je suis un artiste 2D, 3D, utilisateur d'Unreal Engine 4. Il y a peu de profils comme le tien sur Twitch, je trouve. C'est aussi une des raisons pourquoi je me suis dit que ça valait le coup de se lancer sur Twitch, parce que je suis pas sûr qu'il y a beaucoup de public, mais il n'y a pas non plus beaucoup de compétition. Donc, tu sais, ça peut être... Je trouvais ça cool comme idée. En tout cas, je trouvais ça cool comme idée. Je trouvais ça cool aussi... Au début, j'étais un peu sceptique sur le côté... Est-ce que ça va me faire perdre du temps? Tu sais, c'est quand même... il faut s'organiser. J'avais peur que ça prenne beaucoup de temps à se préparer, à monter son setup de streamer. Je garde aussi les VOD, donc sur YouTube, il faut prendre un tout petit peu de temps pour faire des vignettes et tout ce genre de trucs là. J'avais peur que ça allait me bouffer le temps que j'aurais pu passer sur le développement du projet. Et en vérité, ça fait quoi? Ça fait un peu plus d'un mois, presque 2 mois que je fais ça, et j'ai l'impression que en fait ça a boosté ma motivation. Et donc, et en plus de ça, j'ai trouvé ça super facile finalement de se lancer en streaming. Bah toi tu t'es lancé, mais pas encore, c'est clair que c'est un sacrifice. Moi pas encore, c'est clair que c'est un sacrifice, mais j'imagine que c'est obligé pour communiquer sur le dev. Je dirais pas que c'est obligé, puisqu'il y en a plein qui le font pas et qui sont capables de communiquer sur le développement. C'est juste que en vérité je trouvais ça cool. En vérité j'avais envie de tester ça. Il n'y avait pas vraiment de raison autre que c'est un bon moyen pour... oui aussi c'est un bon moyen pour se faire connaître. C'est un bon moyen pour se faire parler de soi. Mais c'est ça. Okay, so let's go with more bones. So we're gonna do the those kind of yeah, I have some really trouble to see exactly. The skeleton is too big, so we're gonna change the display mode. We're gonna use the stick. It's gonna be much easier to see our mesh behind. Très beau modèle en tout cas, merci beaucoup. Je suis content que ça te plaise. Et puis en vérité, moi aussi je suis content du modèle que j'ai fait. Je savais pas trop à quoi m'attendre en me lançant. C'est un peu de pression quand même parce que tu sais, t'es en public. C'est pas la même chose. D'habitude, quand je travaille tout seul, bah, je passe du temps à tester des trucs, à vraiment des choses vraiment peu intéressantes à faire, tu sais, à tester des workflows, à essayer un truc et le recommencer 1000 fois. Le streaming, ça m'a aussi appris à être un peu plus direct en fait dans mon approche, qui est une bonne chose, qui un peu moins pas trop réfléchir, tu vois, pas trop passer de temps et je vais bouger un petit peu ce vertex, ça m'amène dans celui-là un petit peu et puis celui-là. Tu sais, en streamant, il y a un côté ouais, là t'es chiant là, tu sais, c'est pour les gens qui regardent, c'est chiant, et du coup ça m'a appris à être un peu plus direct dans la façon dont je bosse, et au final j'ai trouvé que les résultats étaient encore meilleurs qu'avant, donc c'est tout bédef. Alors parfois je me demande si je glanderais moins, mais en même temps je peux miner de bloquer en plein stream. Oui, certainement que le côté direct doit aider, ouais. Ouais, ça c'était quelque chose que j'avais pas prévu, je suis content que ça se soit passé comme ça. Alright, so we're gonna subdivide this in different bonds, but first of all I want to make sure that the orientation of my bone is correct before subdividing them. I think it should be good. No, wait. Wrong orientation. I want it to bend on the x-axis. So my primary axis is gonna be the x, and my secondary is gonna be the z, and my twist axis is gonna be the y, and that's the rule I'm gonna try to keep on all my bonds. So you see that if I'm looking, for example, for the fingers, if I'm taking one fingers, you see that's the primary axis for bending is the x-axis, and the twist is the Y, and the last axis is gonna be the Z. And we're gonna try to keep this this rule to be sure to have a consistent rules. Okay, so rename this bone. We're gonna call this. So first of all, we're gonna make the parenting. It's gonna be parented to the spine. We're gonna make it keep offset, obviously. And so this one, it's gonna be called. Wait, so I'm gonna grab this one and we're gonna call this spine B. So the nomenclature I'm using is the first term is the parent bone. So for this chain of bone, it's parented. The parent is gonna be the spine. So the spine is the first bone of my spine chain. It's called spine, and then we got a later that's gonna be the identifier of the chain. So we're gonna, it's the, for example, the one in the middle is gonna be the spine A chain. This one is gonna be the spine B. We're gonna have the spine C, spine D, etc., etc. And then we got a number, and the number is gonna be the position in the chain, bone. So for example, if I'm gonna divide this into 3 different bones, you're gonna have spine B01, which is gonna be the first one, spine B02, spine B03. So that's the nomenclature I want to try to use and keep. So with that being said, and lastly, we're gonna finish with for this one, it's gonna be .L because it's on the left side of our character, and it's gonna be super useful when we're gonna make a symmetry. I'm just gonna take a 5 minutes, not even a 5 minute, but just a 1 minute. So I'm gonna be back. Just give me 1 minute. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Where were we? So yeah, we were ready to subdivide this bone. So let's do it. We want to subdivide it. I think this is gonna be enough. I don't want to do too much bones because it can be quite expensive. Especially since this is an enemy. So that's a character that can be duplicated several times. So if I'm subdividing too much, it can be quite expensive. So I think 3 bones for each of these straps is gonna be enough. All I need is now rename them correctly. Like this. And I can symmetrize BIM. And that's awesome. We have Blender is creating everything correctly. You see that it's even replacing the L by the R for right. And that's awesome. So now we can just take the chain, duplicate it, and I'm gonna make oh, sorry. I'm gonna say that I want to have my pivot point at the active element. So the last one I selected. It's gonna be easier for me to make my rotation. Like this. Are we good in all views? I think we are. Je suis désolé de t'avoir interrompu dans ce... Il y avait tout d'un tuto, je suis très à l'aise avec les rigs, je repasserai une prochaine fois. Il n'y a pas de problème, non, t'inquiète pas. T'excuses pas, hein. C'est pas... Non, c'est pas un tuto, hein. C'est vraiment pas un tuto, c'est moi qui parle à voix haute. En fait, c'est moi qui travaille et qui parle à voix haute et quand je parle à voix haute, j'explique qu'est-ce que je suis en train de faire. Is the game going to have blood and stuff, or is it going to be like Breath of the Wild where the enemies go poof? I didn't decide it, but probably the Breath of the Wild direction. I don't want to go on the... I don't have any needs in violence in my game. Like, I mean, there's gonna be combat, there's gonna be a weapon and swords and all, so there's gonna be at least a little bit of violence, but I have nothing with a violent game, but it just it needs to have a purpose, and I don't think it's gonna have a purpose for this game. This game has no need for extra violence, so I don't think blood will bring anything. I'm not looking for a gritty, you know, something like a scary game, so I don't think I need to go crazy on the blood thing. Dernière question, j'ai vu que tu avais un Discord avec une section Help et je suis en train d'étudier la technique Cell Shading de Guilty Gear. Je peux poser des petites questions techniques dessus? Genre les expressions faciales qui foutent en l'air mon normal editing. Oui, tu peux y aller, et puis c'est une bonne chose que tu le fasses parce que même moi là-dessus je suis encore en train de me chercher, dans le sens où j'ai trouvé des façons de faire dans Blender mais pas dans Unreal Engine, et donc quand je serai rendu à faire des expressions faciales, moi aussi j'aurai besoin d'aide là-dessus. Donc disons que tu peux poser la question, je doute que tu recevras des réponses, mais ça peut être une bonne piste pour commencer à chercher à plusieurs, en tout cas. Yeah, that makes sense. Good. Il y a beaucoup de tabous. Ah non, attends, il y a beaucoup de tabous, c'est important de poser des questions. De tabous, tu veux dire dans le Discord ou dans le... En tout cas, pas là-dessus. Il ne devrait pas y avoir de tabou là-dessus. Personne ne parle des expressions. Ouais, ok, oui, je vois ce que tu veux dire. Ouais. Bah, l'avantage que j'ai, c'est que je pense pas que sur ce projet, je vais faire beaucoup de cinématiques. Tu sais, il faut que je choisisse mes batailles, dans le sens où, étant développeur solo, et en plus... Je sais très bien que le projet dans lequel je me suis lancé, c'est super ambitieux pour une seule personne. Si en plus je me lance dans des cinématiques, j'en ai pas fini. Ça va être intense. Donc à la limite, si vraiment il n'y a pas d'expression faciale dans mon jeu, c'est acceptable. J'aimerais, mais j'aimerais que ce soit facilement faisable. Mais en tout cas, c'est pas une priorité pour moi, donc ça va. Tu sais, je le vivrai correctement s'il n'y avait pas d'expression faciale, on va dire. Parfois, j'ai l'impression qu'il bouge la light pour cacher les erreurs. C'est pas dur, les cinématiques, je viens de m'y mettre. C'est pas dur, mais ça prend du temps. C'est ça le truc. Enfin, c'est pas dur. Ça dépend jusqu'où tu te rends avec les cinématiques, mais en tout cas, ça prend beaucoup de temps. Et puis, ça veut dire que tu fais quelque chose de avec une histoire. Donc, ça veut dire développer une histoire aussi. Ce qui est pas forcément l'ambition que j'ai avec ce jeu. J'aimerais rester concentré sur gameplay, purement du gameplay. Encore une fois, parce que je sais que ça peut se compliquer. Il y a une histoire, mais elle sera assez... En vérité, il y a déjà une histoire. J'ai déjà une idée d'histoire que j'ai développée que j'ai développé même sur ma chaîne YouTube. Dans la vidéo de présentation du jeu, tu peux déjà trouver un résumé de l'histoire que j'ai en tête. Mais pour moi, il faut qu'elle reste prétexte pour avoir un gameplay. En fait, c'est comme ça que je vois les choses. En même temps, je réalise pas l'ampleur de ton projet. Je débarque, je m'informe. Ah, alors si tu débarques, écoute, c'est peut-être le bon moment pour faire un résumé de qu'est-ce que le projet. Alors, si tu débarques et si, on sait jamais, comme il y a de la VOD comme il y a de la VOD et que cette vidéo sera en VOD, il y aura peut-être des gens qui plus tard verront aussi ça et qui peut-être débarqueront aussi. Quoi de mieux que d'aller montrer mon channel YouTube. Donc, si vous voulez avoir toutes les meilleures informations, en tout cas toutes les updates et même les VOD de ces vidéos-là, je les poste toutes sur YouTube. Et si vous voulez avoir une démonstration, enfin en tout cas une présentation de ce qu'est le jeu que j'essaye de faire, je vous invite à regarder cette vidéo-là.
What is the SILKROAD project? It's a third-person beat-'em-up game with management mechanics set in a colorful universe inspired by ancient Central Asian cultures mixed with modern elements. The game
Oui, c'est moi qui ai fait RN. C'est moi qui ai fait la moitié de fan game Attack on Titan.
Manage a guest house in the middle of a desert. Everything you will see is a work in progress and in an early state. In this game, the world is divided into 3 different territories. A kingdom, a state,
là, tu me vieillis,
and
là.
a federation with their own culture.
Love you, bro. We need you.
A wise person
Thank you, man.
was able
Thank you,
to unite people
Peter.
and reconcile rulers,
Peter,
and with
Peter,
him,
Peter
the
Paul,
world entered an era of
2K18.
prosperity. To thank him, the divine emperor, who reigns over all the gods, appointed him a heavenly minister and made him immortal. This created jealousy among the other immortals, and one of them conspired to make this new favorite lose face.
On ça comme un compliment parce que
The mortal world that would bring mistrust
souvent ce qui vient de Chine, c'est vraiment badass
each territory
en
to
termes de
isolate
modding.
themselves and destroy all international trade, and in so doing ended the golden age. When the wise man understands what is going on, he will look for someone who can once again unify people and bring harmony to the world, and that person will be you.
So maybe I'm not gonna put all the video, but you got the idea. So the game is it's divided in 2 different type of game. You're gonna have the combat, which probably is gonna be the main gameplay, which is so the beat 'em up game inspired by games like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, this kind of game. It's those games that I'm really fond of, and I'm trying to have my own version of those gameplay that I really like. And then you also gonna have those combat and really fast-paced action moments gonna be split with more chill and relaxed time, where you're gonna manage a guest house in the middle of a desert. So you're gonna have some let's say for example during the day you're gonna fight in the surroundings around your guest house. You're gonna have some mission and doing some small mission, and then in the evening you come back to the guest house and you're gonna have some guests that's coming, some some people that's gonna come to your guest house, you're gonna have to welcome them. Maybe have some mini games where you're gonna prepare the cooking and all this stuff. Really chill, really relax. And then the next day you're gonna go back fighting more monsters or enemies. Je suis super impressionné, mais les templates sont affreusement raides. Ce que j'ai vu était nerveux. Les templates, tu veux dire les mannequins là? Ça là?
With quite a moment where the player...
Ouais, ça c'est vraiment le du placeholder, ce qu'on appelle. C'est-à-dire, j'utilise les mannequins d'Unreal qui sont les mannequins de base d'Unreal. C'est juste pour tester mes idées, voir si mes idées sont viables. Dans le sens, non, les templates de gameplay dans le market. Ah, ok. Non, mais ouais, non, j'utilise. Je veux y aller de zéro, c'est from scratch for this. Hey, have you thought about making tutorials for what you're doing? Like unwrapping and rigging, since you have a developer background. I thought, but I don't think it's taking a lot of time. Making tutorials is taking a lot of time. I don't think I have time, unfortunately, and I think the what I'm doing right now in this stream, where people can look at me walking in real time on a character, is I think it's something, because tutorial, you have plenty of tutorials on the on YouTube, on internet. You can find a lot of really cool and from people that explain even better than me this kind of thing. I think there is a value in videos like this one where you watching in real time someone making a character from A to D. When I say A to D, it's not just modeling, it's not even just texturing, it's really going all the way through Unreal and making an animation system into Unreal. So really from scratch to the end. And I think there is a value not necessarily to really learn a software, but just for people that is outside the industry to understand how much work is involved in making a character. So I think there is a lot of people that don't necessarily understand how many small steps it takes to make a character, you know? And it's normal. If you never learn, if you never seen anything like that, if you never learn anything like this, how could you know? And I think this kind of streaming could be really interesting for that. So many steps. Yeah, exactly. So now people understand how many steps there is to make a character. It's crazy, eh? And it's just for character. Now imagine how it's gonna be when we're gonna do the animation. We didn't even started the animation. We're just in the rigging steps. So yeah, a lot of it's taking a lot of time. That's totally true. This process is being so enlightening to me. Thank you, Domin Wade. I'm glad you find it valuable. Like I said, it's not for learning how to make a character, like properly how to learn a character, because it's better to go for actual tutorial for that. But it's just for the understanding. And maybe if there is some junior artists looking at this stream that feel that, oh my god, I'm spending too much time on doing this or that, is this normal? At least to have realize that, hey, you're not alone. It's normal. It's normal that if you are struggling this much, know that you are on the right path. Everybody is struggling that much. It's not, you're not doing something wrong. It's you are you're on the right path, you know. All right, so let's go with that. I'm talking, but I'm not walking. That's an issue, eh? Oh, so this one is, wait a minute, the naming is all wrong on this one. That's weird. Walk. I thought that when you gave the character bones, you would name, so like this is left leg, right leg, and then run it out of the box would would that working means moving to searching? No, it's not that. It's not that easy. But maybe it's one day it might be that easy with AI and stuff like this. But it's right now it's not that easy. The reason why, but it's a good question. It's for the limbs. So you see that this one is properly named. It's when I say properly, it's named Fig something. So it's actually named after the area of the character, the anatomy of the character. But for everything that is extra bone, what I call it extra bone, it's usually what it's used for physics. I prefer this method because when you're reusing skeleton between different character, it's much optimized to do this way. I think I'm not a specialist in this, but I have the feeling that it's gonna be more optimized. I thought that when I'm reading the same the same question. Yeah. All right. So spine D. All right. Drift is good. Spine D03 and spine D04. All right. I need to speed up a little bit because I'm talking too much. I feel like I'm talking too much. So let's bring this. I'm gonna activate the snapping. Perfect. Same thing here. So we're gonna add a chain of bone for this too. Okay, and we're gonna attach this to the spine 003, keep offset. So we're gonna call that spine 003 A01L, and we're gonna divide this in 2 or 3. Let's go with 3. Let's try it with 3. Might be a little bit too much, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's symmetrize this. White button, it's here. And what else? What else? We got one for the end of the hood on the head. One there. Do I want one for the backpack? Maybe yes. To at least have I don't think I'm gonna put physics on the backpack, but at least I'm gonna have some control if I want to manually control the position of the backpack in some animation. So yeah, actually maybe one is gonna be it's not gonna be a bad thing. So the oh boy, the pivot point, maybe bring it this higher. So maybe like this. I forgot to do the proper orientation for this. Yeah, it's not oriented properly. So let me do it this way. I know that I didn't do it for this also. Forgot to do it. Actually, we're not far away, and I'm sure I didn't do it for this one. For this one, we're gonna make a... Whoa, boy. No, wait. 180. Here we go. You gonna be... Yeah, it's fine. The orientation is already good. Gonna make sure that the name is correct. So I know it's span 03. Name B 01. I'm gonna make a save. It's been a long time and didn't make any save. And what else? Maybe we're gonna make an... I'm gonna add a bone just for the wings, so that they can flap a little bit. So I don't need one for each of the wings. I'm just gonna need just once for the end. This area is gonna be plenty enough, I think. So let me bring the forearm, and actually we're gonna take this one, which is the twist bone, and we're gonna attach to the twist bone. Is it gonna cause some issue? I don't think it's gonna cause some issue. Let me think about this. It should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. No, it's fine. So let's duplicate this one. Again, I'm gonna activate the snapping. Okay. So for the orientation, we're gonna go for something like this. Probably just one is gonna be enough. I don't need to go crazy with that. So it's gonna be forearm 01. Oh fuck. Yeah. How should I name that? Because the I've been a little bit inconsistent with my naming for the twist bone. Like the 001 is after the L, but I'm scared that if I'm changing this, it's gonna cause trouble with the. No, I'm not gonna change it, and it's okay. It's really a bad way to walk. It's really not the. It's a little bit embarrassing, is what I'm saying. But it's fine. It's fine. If it works, it works. I ask in English for viewers, but are you going to make soft bones for more cartoonish animation with them tracks, stretch, modifier? Probably not. Probably not. I will do it only if I feel like I need it. But since I imagine that my animation are going to be really kind of snappy. I call this the Japanese style, Japanese fighting style. You know, where the what's more important is the pose than the curve of the animation. So there is a rhythm, really snappy rhythm. I feel that maybe I don't need to have bendy bones, and I know that in Guilty Gear probably they're using bendy bone and stuff like this, but it's a fighting games, you know, and the camera is really close, and they put a lot of resources on the character, and that I might not have, and that might not be necessary actually for the kind of game I'm doing. I don't want to put myself extra works when it's not needed. So for now, I would say no. But we'll see. Maybe I will need, or maybe it's just gonna depend on the character. Maybe I'm gonna make a boss that's depending on the design of the boss, in some particular situation, I'm gonna need to have bendy bones, and I'm gonna start thinking about this for this guy in particular. But I don't want to work on something really customizable, really going really deep in the rigging system too soon, you know? Okay, I don't have this issue because I just modify a complex skeleton when I can. Yeah, same thing. I can agree with that. I have some dev background with characters, modeling, animation, texturing, etc. But the software is so different all across the board and part of the adventure. Yeah, it's true. Huh? It's true. I also need to keep my sanity, you know. So if I'm going too crazy from the start of the development, it's gonna be a nightmare, because all this kind of thing is also gonna the more you're adding some cool feature like this, the more you're gonna have some bugs that gonna creep in at the end of the project, and it can be really nasty at the end. I don't want to have a brutal end of development, you know. I still want to keep my sanity. All right, so let's call this forearm B. I know the naming is a little bit silly because I got 2 times the L modifier. It doesn't make any sense, but that's my punishment for being lazy. So let's symmetrize this. Okay, and I know that you gonna need to be properly renamed too, especially this. Ooh, there is something really wrong in my ambient occlusion there. What's happening? See, that's why I like to do all in one file. Instead of creating a new file for my rig, I created a new scene, which is different. If I need to fix something, I don't have to close the file, open the modeling file, make the modification, import back into my new scene. This is one of the reasons why I prefer to work this way. This one, let me check. If I'm looking with the shading, is the shading broken too? Yeah, it seems like it's broken. But there is definitely something wrong. Let me see. It looks like something with the UVs. Inverted normal, maybe. It's more like I would guess. I would bet more on broken UVs. Let me see. Where are you? You are here. Yeah. Oh boy. The fuck is that? Okay. So. Okay. So the good thing is that I can say I want to get rid of you, and I want to remake a symmetry, and it should work. Let me see with the camera. View, camera to view, and scene lighting. Here we go, and it works. Easy fix. And right before making the skinning, so that's a win. All right, we can go back to our rig. Here we go. You see, perfect. It seems from 2.8 this is phase error in normal. We need to be reset. Oh, okay, no, this time it was just a bad UV. It was not a mistake from Blender. It was a mistake from me, I guess. We can't always blame Blender, right? All right, I think the rig is almost done. Do I want to animate something else? Let me see. Let me see. I think we got everything we want. No, this I'm not gonna go that far to animate this. Yeah, I think we're good. At least anyway, if I need more, I can always go back to the rigging. That's the beauty of Blender. Alright, so when this is done, last thing I need to check is the scaling is properly reset. Perfect. So when this is done, this is a meta rig and it's using the Rigify plugin of Blender, which is really awesome. You don't use IKEY? Yes, I do, but you're gonna see it's way later. Actually, what this is what I'm playing with is the meta rig, and what it gives me is the possibility to no, remove that. It's the possibility to just generate a rig, but I even created my proper plugin, which gonna not only generate a controller rig, but it's gonna also generate a rig that is compatible with Unreal, meaning that it's gonna remove because if I'm just generating the rig with the by default in Blender, it's gonna create a really complex rig with a lot of extra bones that is created for have a lot of control for the animation, which is cool, but when you export this in Unreal, it's not optimized, it's not good. So I also have a script that's gonna create me a second rig where it's gonna only keep the necessary bones and it's gonna follow the rig created by Blender, which is cool. So let me demonstrate that. If I'm going into where is my plugin? I think it's got anim tools, generate rigs. Probably I should save before doing that. Let's go. Bim. But it's okay. So don't mind the shapes. The shapes are all in all places, but it's okay. It's expected is what I meant. So what is important is now I have a rig, you know. So that's with the IK already done and the IK FK switch, all this stuff, all this fancy stuff. But I also have another rig, which is the one that's is gonna be exported to Unreal. So when I'm gonna export my character to Unreal, I'm just gonna export the mesh and this rig, and not the control rig with all the fancy shapes, which is cool. So now that it's done, I can you know what, I'm gonna do the collection thing later. So next step is gonna be I forgot one thing. Before generating the rigs. It's doing the proper assignment in the proper layers, because right now if I'm removing the physics, you see that's the physics bones are not properly assigned. So we're gonna do it again. So I'm going back to my meta rig. Hey Danu, how you doing? Seems like on dirait que vous connaissez. All right. T'inquiète pas, moi je sais toujours pas qui tu es. Je sais juste que tu t'appelles Danu. Danu. Alright, so what I missed is doing the proper layer assignment. So if I look into where it is again, I forgot every time. It's in Rigify layer, and you see that I created a layer that's called physics, and it's in the the layer 20. So I need to put all the bones that I created, I need to put them in the right layer, which is the... Since all these bones are used for physics, they're all gonna go in the same place. Alright, so I got this one, this... Hey! I can't select you? For some reason... Ah, finally. And the last one is gonna be you. No, when I say the last one, I lied. Alright, so let's bring this in. So that's the thing I don't like in Blender is number 20 is I think it's this one. So yes. So you see all the bone. Oh, not this one. This one is weird. I got some issue. Did I create it? Oh my god. Okay, that's why. No, you are good, but yeah. Okay. So now it should be good. We can rerun our script. I'm gonna save the file before because my scripts are not the most stable scripts ever. I got to go anyway. See you soon. See you soon, Neosoft, and thank you for. Merci d'être passé. Et puis j'espère que tu repasseras du coup. Hein. À la prochaine. Et bonne nuit, j'imagine, parce que chez toi, il doit être vraiment tard. Alright, so let me check. So now if I'm hiding the... Not really, actually. It's still missing some for some reason. Oh, I forgot. Oh, this is bad. Okay. I forgot a crucial step. When you're playing with Rigify, one crucial step is to on the root of a chain bone, you need to assign the proper rig type, and that's something so this one is considered like a spine right now, which is completely messed up. What we want is a chain, basic copy chain. Here you go. Same thing here. Basic copy chain. We want this the same here, but basic super copy. Do I want M? No, let's go with the chain. Okay. So I'm telling Blender that's this chain of bones should be considered like a chain and not a spine, you know, which doesn't make any sense. What are you? There is an extra bone here. Ah, yeah, I remember what it is. I need to delete this. I forgot to delete those one. They were really well hidden. But I don't need you. Bye bye. All right. So let's continue our hunt for chain, copy chain. All right. So those one are single bones. So it's not It's not a chain. It should be what it's called. I think basic raw copy. It's what I'm looking for. Nope. No, not raw copy. It's basic super copy. Doesn't make any sense, but hey, that's how it is. Look at the widget control. All right. So you are good and you are good. That's good to know. And you probably not. Okay. Okay. Did I forget something? I don't think so. We'll be fine. So again, let's rerun the script. Cross our finger that we fix all the errors. Okay. Seems already better. If I'm removing the physics, seems like I like what I see right now. So far so good, I would say. So far so good. So now let's take a little bit of time to tweak the shapes, because it's all messed up right now, and it's really difficult to animate anything with the shapes in so bad. So for doing that, I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna hide the armature, but I'm gonna make the rig unselectable because I don't want to select the rig, and I'm gonna wait. Here we go. And I'm gonna make the actual shapes. When I say the actual shapes, it's the curves, the curve object that's it's used by the rig for each of the bones. I'm gonna make them visible again. So this way, if I'm going into edit mode, I'm gonna be able to edit the shape of the curve, and it's gonna update our rig too. So it's gonna be really useful. For example, this one, I want it to be, so it's gonna be the neck. No. I forgot to go into edit mode. Something is wrong. It seems like it's not perfectly fit to my curve, and I don't know why. Huh, okay, I would say it's fine. I can live with that. So this one is for the head. We're gonna make sure that it's really outside the head. Yeah. This one, I said I didn't want it to select the meshes. Why? I was able to do it. This one, I can't select the It seems like it's missing a curve for this one. And you know what? It's okay. Anything that's its physics, I don't care, because holy shit, that's a mess. Yeah, that's really a mess. I want to delete this. That's really a mess, eh? I did a mess with my mistake with the spine thing. So you, I know that I want it to be bigger. You go away. You go away. Go away. Go away. Oh, sorry. So I don't need any of that. And this one though, I'm gonna need to make some adjustments so it's easier to grab. So I'm gonna try to hunt the biggest offender. So like anything that is tweak, I don't care. So all I care is what I'm seeing right now. It's all the bonds I'm gonna manipulate when I'm gonna animate anyway. So I know that those big ass arrow, I want them to be scaled down. I know that. It's way too big. This should be fine. Maybe like this. I'm gonna make a save and I'm gonna use my tool to mirror shape. Perfect. And we're gonna do the same thing for the legs. Like this. And let's mirror the shape. Perfect. So it's already a little bit easier to handle. I don't know why I can still see those guys. I thought, it's because it's my fault. It was my fault. Once again. All right, so for the leg, those are used for the F key controller. So I need it to be a little bit bigger. Let me mirror the shapes too. You are the tweak one. I thought that why can I see you? Oh, no. It's fine, it's fine. You like this should be plenty enough. Maybe just a little bit of a scale on the X. Perfect. Can mirror the shape. Let's adjust also the foot controller, so making it a little bit longer. Mirror, we're good. This is too close to the this is definitely too close to the shoes. I want to move that back a little bit. Maybe scale it a little bit more. Perfect. And this is difficult to. That's gonna be the bone for the ankle. And it was easy to difficult to grab. So now it should be fixed. I don't like this. I don't like this gear shape to be in the way. I'm gonna hide this, so I'm gonna just take the shapes and scale it right inside the legs. I want it to be somewhere, like if I'm going into X-ray mode, I can see it, but I don't want it to be in the way. It's too big. I'm not using it so much anyway. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's play with this shape. No, not you. Go away. This one. Ah, I can't select it. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Okay, but I can live with that. Let's see what we can do for anything for the spine. I think we can scale it a little bit more, like this, and you two gonna need a little bit of love. Okay. And what I mean, this one is a little bit off center. So let me grab this and make it making sure that it's sitting well. It feel like yeah, I'm missing the shoulder controller. So let me fix this issue. Something like this would be easy for me to grab. I don't need this line, so I'm gonna remove it. And I'm gonna mirror the shape. Perfect. So let me see. I think we got something cleaner. Nope, we still need to I forgot the F key shapes for the arms. Let's go with that. Perfect. Mirror the shape. I'm gonna keep saving from time to time. All right. Same thing for you. Mirror the shape. Perfect. And let's tweak also the I key for the hands. Okay, and I should not forget to mirror the shape. And for the fingers, I'm gonna grab all the finger shapes and I'm gonna do the tweak all at once. I want to hide this. I don't need those shapes. I don't want to grab those shapes by error. Alright, so we're gonna scale it with individual origin like this. And it's gonna be okay. It's not perfect, but it's gonna be okay. And pick here, making sure that this one is selectable too. Gonna mirror. Oh, sorry about that, Blender. We're gonna mirror the shape. Did our scale translate well? I don't think so. Okay. I'm gonna have to do it by hand. Seems like it's a bummer. Not the best workflow, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, are we good? Are we good? I think we are. I think we are good. No, yeah, no. Okay, I can. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, it's fine. Okay, and maybe the root. The root is big. We don't need a root that big. Let's go with that. Perfect. All right, so I don't need the shapes anymore. We can save the file. Perfect. And we can start the skinning actually. How cool is that? So for the skinning, here is my workflow for the skinning. Usually, how you do the skinning is you doing the you grabbing your armature, your armature, and then you're grabbing the mesh and you're making you start by automatic weight, and then you tweak by painting the on directly onto the mesh. You're painting the skinning, but I think I found a way. It's not me that's discovered this. I'm saying this like I discovered something, but I think that's a way that I like to use is actually using Proxy and play with Proxy the longest possible I can before manually tweaking and painting the vertex paint by hand. The reason why is if I need to make some retakes later on my character on the geometry, let's say that I want to change the shapes, I want to change the geometry, I want to add or remove some elements. See, if I'm only using Proxy, it's gonna be really easy for me to redo the skinning. I can do that automatically. Instead, that if I was tweaking and making precise skinning by hand, and I make some tweaks on my character, I'm probably gonna have to redo by hand the skinning I scrapped by modifying the geometry. So the way I want to do this is by using the Proxy the longest I can. At some point at the end of the project, I'm gonna have to make it properly, meaning I'm gonna have to jump into the white paint mode, but I want to keep that for the latest possible, because I know that this project is gonna take a lot of time. Those characters are the first I'm doing, so that's probably gonna be retakes in months or years later. So I don't want to waste some times later, you know. So the good thing, and another good reason why, it's because since I'm using the same skeleton across my characters, I can also share the same proxy, and that's gonna make me save a lot of time too. So let's go with that. First of all, I'm gonna save my file just to be sure that if there is a crash, I'm not losing anything. And maybe it's a good time to make some good organization of my outliner. So for that, I'm gonna bring, so the let me think about this. How would be the proper way to do that? I want to put yeah, no, you know what, I'm gonna grab everything and put that into a collection named Rick. It's all that simple. Let's keep it simple. Here we go. Hey, what? You don't want to go in the Rick collection? Here you go. All right. Okay, could you give me 1 or 2 minutes? I'm be back. I will be back. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's the last time I'm drinking coffee while I'm doing a stream. All right, so I said that I wanted to now bring the proxy from the main character, so the one that's already rigged. Let's do this. So append. I know that it's called proxy. And all I want is the proxy body. It's the main one I want. I don't need anything else. So it's gonna be fine. Oh boy. Oh boy, what did you do? Okay, I just want this, you know? I don't need anything else. I just want this. Okay. So what you see here is the it looks like it's high poly, but actually it's because we got the subdivision modifier, but it's a really low geometry, you see? It's a really low geometry. And the good thing, why I want to keep it low, is I want to have the less vertices to paint on, to keep it the most simple I can, and then smooth everybody with a subdivision modifier. And then I'm gonna be able to make a projection of the skin weight information on my in-game mesh. So that's the reason why I'm keeping it really low. So I'm gonna rename this, and I'm gonna put that into a new collection named Proxy. Here you go. Making sure that it's assigned to the correct armature. And normally, you see that if I just grab my proxy and my rig, hey, oh yeah, I need to make it selectable. Come on. What is a proxy exactly? A proxy, okay, a proxy is a mesh that is a simplified, it's an approximation. That's where the name is coming from. It's an approximation of you got a proxy and you got a target. So the proxy is an approximation of the target. So in this case, since I want to work smart, I created a really simple version of my mesh. So you see that all I care is where is the arms, the shape of the arms, the torso, the legs. I don't care anything about sculpting any details. Like I don't need any details like where the muscle is or if it's looking good. All I care is really the basics. And it's gonna be quicker for me to work on this because it's really simple and there is not so much things to do on this guy, and then transfer the this information onto my more high-res version, which has a lot more vertices and it's more detailed, and it's more simple to work this way. At least I found that in my workflow it's better to work this way. And you see, if everything is going well, I should be able to move. Yeah, I should be able to move the my rigging, and you see that the the vertices are following the right. The vertices are following the right bones. Already, everything is already properly set up, which is perfect. So now, if first of all I need to save, because it's gonna be maybe a little bit tricky what I'm gonna try to do, but now if I'm gonna hide the proxy and I say that I already forgot how I handle this. Oh yeah. Now I remember. It's I've been using I did a little script, so I need to grab this script in my previous file. I think it's this one, the auto data transfer. Yes, I think it is this one. So it should be. This is something. This is a really experimental. Something that is really experimental for me, and so that's why I created a script, but I didn't put it in with a proper UI and stuff like this. So it's a little bit rough, this workflow, but if it works, eh? Let's open the text editor so that I can find where is my script. Okay. And Proxy, yeah, it's if I'm all I care is putting the right name here, and if I'm selecting everything, I mean select all my mesh. Again, I'm gonna save because it's gonna be a tricky one. If I'm grabbing everything and I run the script, so let's go. It's gonna take a while, but each of the object that is here of this character is gonna look at where is the proxy, and where is the for each vertex of this mesh is gonna look at where is the closest vertex in the proxy, and is gonna take the information of this vertex. So it seems like it's already done. Perfect. So let's test this. I think I expect that in some objects it's gonna be broken, mainly the elements that is in between legs, but it's normal. But let's test this. Yes, it is working. It is working. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with that. It is working. It was really easy to rig. So, like I said, you see there some piece of clothes are all broken, but it's normal because in our proxy there is nothing in between the legs, so it has to choose between the left and the right. But we're gonna fix it. Perfect. We're making good progress. So now all I need to do is for each tricky area, mainly those kind, like for example this kind of clothes, we're gonna create a new proxy. And how will I do this for the okay, this piece of clothing might be a tricky one. We'll do it in, so we'll do it at the end. Let's skip that for the end. So let's start with the those kind of clothes. So I'm going I'm losing a little bit my voice. I'm gonna create a I'm gonna create plane, and using the snapping feature with the align rotation to target. This way I know that it's gonna be aligned with the normal of the strap. So all I need to do is tweak a little bit on the z-axis, but the rest is done. So what I want is making sure that the plane is the dimension of the plane is encapsulating all the strap, and you will understand why later. So I don't need the snapping feature now. Sorry again. Okay, and then we're gonna make some cuts right where we got a junction between two bonds, like this. Perfect. And now all I need to do is making the weight pen. So this time I'm gonna use the weight pen tool. So I'm gonna make set parent armature deform. So it's gonna create for me this modifier. And so now if I'm going to weight pen mode, I can't use let me see. Let me set up my brush properly. Where it is? I already forget where it is. It's in stroke. It should be in option. I think it is in option. Yes. So we want auto normalize. We want but that's it. I think that's it. And we want to paint one like this. Whoops, I forgot to select the proper bond. So this way. So now this way, this one we want 0.5 here and here. We want 0.5 here and here. So now it should, if I put, yeah, I'm gonna need to put also subdivision modifier to make it smooth. And I want to keep the corner, but took me a lot of time. But if I'm moving the oh boy, it's gonna be tricky to select the controller. Hey, it doesn't work for some reason. So we're gonna start to make an animation where that's gonna be useful for us to test our rigging. So I'm gonna start with making a key on the wall character, so all the ones gonna be keyed, and then on the frame 10 I'm gonna start to make a rotation of this bone like this. So now I can just grab the timeline. Bless you. I just saw your message. Thank you, man. And I can hide again this one. So for some reason, oh my god, I'm so dumb. It's big. Okay, let's hide this meta rig because it's driving me crazy. I've been so dumb that I rigged my my proxy on the meta rig and not on the proper armature. Yeah, so now it's working. You see now it's working properly. So now it's following our rig. So we can call this proxy belt, trap 01, maybe left, something like this, and we can bring that into our proxy collection. So now if I'm grabbing those two using my fancy script and I'm copying the name, putting this here. So again, I need to select them, those two, and I run the script. Aha! Yeah. Silly me. It's because we lost the, for some reason, we lost the mirror. We're gonna recreate the mirror. So for that, let me grab everything that is on the right side. We're gonna delete everything and set world mirror like this, and we're gonna grab this before the armature. Let's do the same thing with you. And we want to make sure that we are, we do. So why are you doing this, man? Is it because I didn't name this properly? B02, B02L. It should be good. Let me rerun the script, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe it's something that I need to rerun the script. Let's do it. All right. Okay. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but hey, wait. Why are you after the amateur modifier? You should be before. No. What are you doing, man? Every time I'm okay. Every time I'm running the script, it's What I want is it should no. So, yeah, here we go. I found it. I understand why now. It's because I need to create the It's because no, it did create it. Them. What I'm looking for is it should also this modifier should also mirror the vertex weight, which it doesn't. Or maybe it's because I need to. It's an issue with the. Let me try that. Location, rotation, and scale. Let's rerun the script. So now, if I bring a mirror again, we're gonna put that before the armature. Nope. Still no. It's still a no. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe because there was already some fucked up. Let's redo this. So delete all group. Delete all group, but not the outline, please. The outline stay locked. Delete all ungroup. Unlocked group, yes. And restart this. It's even worse. But yeah, and the thing is, I need to. I'm pretty sure that it's because it needs. Like, I need to create the mirror equivalent. Here we go. Yes, now it's working. Phew! But I don't like the fact that I need to manually create that. Maybe I'm gonna go back to my script and do it automatically, if I can. What would be the best way to do that? I'm not sure. But anyway, now it's we're on the right path. So you see that's now, even if this piece of geometry is more complex, I didn't have to like there is a thickness, there is a, you know, I didn't have to paint it by hand. I was just able to do it with a simple plane, and just by painting a couple of vertices instead of all those vertices, and making sure that the thickness, the vertices on the top has the same weight value as the one on the bottom and stuff like this. So that's the reason why I'm going with the proxy method. So we see that we need to do something maybe with the script. Do we want to do that now? Okay, you know what? I see that it's been more than 2 hours I've been streaming. I think it's a good time to stop. I'm probably gonna fix my script outside the stream. So that's the next time I'm gonna be streaming. It's gonna be much cleaner. It's gonna be much fluid. I think we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna stop there. Thank you everybody for being there. Thank you everybody for following me. It's really cool. I see that the number of viewers is always growing, which is super cool, because I didn't start it long ago, and it's I can see that it's still growing and growing. So that's super encouraging and rewarding. And yeah, have a good day, have a good night, depending on where you are, and I'll see you soon. Thank you guys.